let's start all over. Hello seedlings, and welcome to the jungle. On this channel we water the odds with small habits and simple ideas that foster the art of growth. Today we're going to talk about a habit that's actually not so small. Shopping is a huge pastime for Americans, and today I want to talk about splurges. Recently I've made a few large purchases that I'd really like to discuss with you as we head into the holidays, and there's a lot of pressure to spend a lot of money, but I want to remind everybody there is no amount of money you can spend to show someone how much you love them. You should not go into debt trying to prove to someone how much you love them. Okay, the first item I want to talk about is the Dyson airwrap complete set that I purchased. This is an all-in-one hair styling tool, and it takes my hair from being completely wet out of the shower in the morning to dried and styled, all within 15 minutes. So it's pretty amazing. The Dyson airwrap includes several different barrels that you can add onto the machine so that you can dry your hair and then snap on a new barrel to curl your hair or to straighten it or to give it like a rounded brush blowout. The options are really endless here, and the shame is that I actually don't use all of the barrels. I really just use the blow drying function and the two barrels, I think they're 1 inch, to curl my hair every day. And so the package that I bought comes with several barrels I don't even use, and that's the part that I kind of regret about this splurge. So the complete set retails for $550. I really could have done with the, I think it's like smooth and volume set for $500. And then on top of that, I really could have done more research to buy this Dyson airwrap package refurbished, which a friend of mine just did for around $300. That being said, and overall, I feel that I don't regret having this Dyson in my life. It's a game changer, and I love that I can now have a fresh blowout or curled look every single day for the same amount of time that it would take me to blow dry my hair. Secondly, I want to talk about some apartment furniture. So you may or may not know, I just moved to San Diego back in October, and we sold everything we had in Sacramento, so we started fresh here and we had to buy everything anew, like the bed frame and the sofa and the rug. The sofa was from Living Spaces, and I have to tell you, it's really hard to shop in this price range because I genuinely don't feel that systemically there are any good quality items in this price range. So we spent $450 on a Living Spaces sofa, and it gets the job done. Don't get me wrong, it's kind of retro chic, it looks minimal, but at the same time, it just looks really basic AF as well. And so it's nothing to write home about. It's definitely for apartments, and the comfort level is... So I appreciate that there are different sofas at different price ranges. I think IKEA sofas can even go cheaper than Living Spaces, but I'm really disappointed because I thought that comfort could be something easily achieved through just more plush materials in cheaper sofas, but it does appear to me that you have to spend upwards of $1,000 to get a sofa that is decently comfortable. James and I are kind of committed to a nomadic lifestyle, and so we don't know where we're going to be in a year, let alone 2 or 5 years.
It's so cute! What the heck? Come on, people.
So what's not on my shopping list these days are investment pieces and, you know, those truly unique and beautiful furniture pieces that really inspire me. Instead, I just fill my apartment with the basics, and we enjoy nature, the outdoors, our shared communal spaces in the apartment, and we just get back to life. We also purchased a rug upon moving in, and I think I got our rug on overstock.com. This rug is beautiful. I like that the color is beige with some darker print on it, so it's really going to conceal any dust or dirt that we're tracking. However, I know that IKEA sells a dirt cheap rug, like $50 or something, for this 1.5 inch pile rug, meaning that the fibers are about 1.5 inches tall, and that's kind of a measure of how dense and how soft the rug is going to be. Obviously, a higher pile means more, cushion space. This rug that I bought also has a 1.5 inch pile, but let me tell you, it is not the same as the $50 IKEA rug. And the rug that I'm talking about from IKEA is one of my favorite rugs ever because it's so soft and it's so affordable, but there are so many people in my life that have this exact same rug. I just couldn't do it. And also I think the size was a little bit smaller than what I was looking for. So at the end of the day, I got this overstock rug for $200, and it's mostly not a regret, but I just wanted to share a word of caution that the pile measurement on rugs can be misleading. And I do think that if you're buying from a large chain drop shipping retailer like Overstock or the like, that you can expect the rugs will be less high quality. You can expect certain density or pile measurements on rugs to be more disappointing. Nothing's ever going to replace the ability to just see a rug and feel it and buy it, but it's COVID times and I got most of my stuff delivered, and I tried to keep the budget low, and that's kind of what we ended up with. Again, just like the sofa, it gets the job done. Our home is beautiful, the aesthetic is on point, and so we can't really complain. So something related would be apartment decor, and I've spent a good amount decorating my apartment. The good thing is we commit to not decorating our walls and not having too much decor, but one thing that I am granted is plants. I really do honestly enjoy buying plant pots, vases, and baskets. So recently, I would say a good half of my purchases are a little bit regrettable, and then the other half are not so regrettable. The difference is that the regrettable ones really could have been duped elsewhere, like IKEA. I have this white vase, and I think I regret spending as much as I did on it because I found a very similar one at IKEA for about 1/3 of the price. On the other hand, I bought some baskets, some hand-woven materials that are truly one of a kind, and also, no matter what, they just bring me so much joy, and I found that these natural materials, baskets in particular, are items in the home that I love and would purchase again. That being said, I peeked into a thrift store a couple weeks ago and I saw a whole bunch of great home decor. So if you are able to shop through thrifting or consignment or secondhand, I highly recommend it because trendy items these days are classic items such as handmade, ceramic, wooden, hand woven, etc. Those are classic designs that are always going in and out of thrift stores, so be on the lookout and save yourself a lot of money that way. Okay, of course we have to talk about clothing. I don't know what it is, but even though I'm quarantined, I feel like I want a new closet. I have to admit that I bought something at Aritzia, which is a really high-end store, and then the fit wasn't right, and so I went into the store to return it. But do you ever go into a store to return something and then you see something else that's cute and then you feel like not guilty at all for exchanging your thing for that new thing because you've already spent that money? That's what happened to me, and so I ended up walking out of Aritzia with more stuff because I returned one thing and I walked out with two things. So my camera overheated, but really quickly, I spent a lot on clothing in the past few months, and What I regret about it is that I bought a lot of items all at once. And I don't know about you, but once a month I get this feeling that just overcomes me and it just makes me want to go on a shopping spree. And so I went into a store called Oak and Fort, and I found a lot of beautiful items that I feel fit my aesthetic, and a lot of them happened to be on sale too. So then I picked up maybe like 6 different things. And out of the 6 things, I'd say I still like a lot 2 of the items. One would be a pair of gaucho olive green pants, and another being like this cotton modal mock neck shirt. And although I like them enough and I don't regret buying them, I do regret the whole spree. And so out of that spread of clothing, I've already gotten rid of one thing. I sold it at a thrift store and I used the money that I made from selling it to pick up a better vintage item from the thrift store. Overall, I would recommend that you put things into the shopping cart for 2 weeks, and then if you still really want it after 2 weeks, then buy it. And I think if I had done that, I would have walked away with 2 items instead of a bajillion. However, the aritzia items that I got are truly fabulous and luxurious. I have to say aritzia is probably my favorite brand at the moment, and it's, you know, not a place where I can just buy all my basics, but I did buy a tank top that is so soft and so durable. Will I go and buy all the other colors? No, I cannot afford that. And I also bought a skirt from Aritzia that I really like. And so all in all, my clothing advice in terms of shopping is know the brands that you like, the fits that are perfect for you, and maybe indulge in a few high price tag items, but for the rest, I highly encourage thrift shopping. If you have a closet that's brimming with clothing, you can possibly resell a lot of your clothing as well. I almost never spend money at a thrift store. I bring in items that I've fallen out of love with, and then I resell them. I use that credit to buy me new thrifted gems. And that's just kind of a vicious cycle of shopping, but also cost neutral. Finally, I want to talk about a service that I have splurged on. So early in the summer, I had the opportunity and a real privilege to take a life coaching course for free. Now this course actually would cost $1,000 to purchase, but because I knew someone who knew someone, I was able to be part of this cohort who took this life coaching program called Positive Intelligence for free. This program centered around exploring your inner demons, getting to know mainly the judge within you, who is very outspoken, very assertive, aggressive, and loud, and then working to dismantle their voice so that you can become more energized and empowered to do the things you want to do instead of living in fear of your judge, who is not real. The course was really wonderful. I think my favorite part was that there was an app accompanied with it, and it kind of gamified meditation. I'm not the biggest cheerleader for positive intelligence, but it did spur a love of life coaching. For a long time now, I've been an avid listener of the Tim Ferriss Show, as well as the Life Coach School podcast by Brooke Castillo. These are 2 podcasts that I highly recommend. They're free to listen to, and it is all about cultivating the life that you want, seeking not necessarily accomplishment or external success, but fulfillment and happiness, inner peace. And through those podcasts, I was introduced to so many life coaches or self-help books, and I consumed everything I could that was free. I still wanted more. And so late in the summer, I committed to a $300 a month life coaching program through the Life Coach School. I am very pleased with this. I feel like life coaching, just like my Dyson, is a life changer. I believe that access to the vault of all these readings and all these videos and all of these coaching calls with real people allow me to really dive into my passion of psychology and self-development. At the same time, I also have access to group coaching sessions where we work through anything going on in life, from your health to your career to your family, navigating the holidays, doubling your business, you name it. And I think it's a wonderful community. And then last but not least, I have access to a coach once a week for a one-on-one coaching session. And this is practically like therapy to me. And so for $300 a month, 4 coaching sessions, and then access to everything else and the calendar involved with the Life Coach School, I think it's very worth it for me. But I wanted to add this onto the splurges list because I don't think you have to spend money in order to get a lot of these benefits. As I mentioned, podcasts are free to listen to. And if you give the Tim Ferriss Show or the Life Coach School a try and it doesn't resonate with you, see if Optimal Living Daily is something up your alley, or if you actually want to turn up the gear and you want to be kicked in the balls to do something about your life, then check out Jocko Willink. So there's a spectrum of people out there who want to help and who want to talk psychology and personal development and habits and mindsets, productivity, as well as just meditation and being okay with yourself. I was obviously so immersed in this that I started a YouTube channel, and I continue to really advocate for doing the inner work. So my battery ran out, as well as my patience, and honestly, the necessary extroversion required to film. But thanks so much for hearing me out on these splurges. I have a lot to say on the topic of shopping, finding value in life, and minimalism, but I will just leave you with this. Perfection is achieved not when there is nothing more to add, but when there is nothing left to take away. With all of the pressures of the holidays, shopping, and us living just this largely virtual existence, I wish you the very best of luck being mindful, cultivating love, joy, and warmth without too many things. Thanks again for watching. If you want to catch my content off of YouTube, consider joining my weekly Waterings email list, where I share great links, ideas, and inspiration for living well. Sometimes I share my Notion templates on YouTube, but every seedling on the weekly Waterings email list has access to all of the Notion templates. So see the link in the description box, and I'll see you next week.